Thomas A. Anderson, also known as Neo, was a computer programmer by day and a hacker by night, living in apartment 101 of a complex in Mega City. He lived alone, away from everyone, because he felt that there was something wrong with the world. But what about Neo's family? Where is his mother or father? Why didn't he awaken them from the Matrix? Did Neo even have parents? Or were they an illusion? What happened to them? Welcome to Matrix Explained.
Welcome to the desert of the real.
Before we begin today's video, we would like to announce our first official giveaway for our subscribers. We will be raffling a copy of the Matrix Comics 20th Anniversary Edition, an anthology of all published Matrix comic book stories, some written by the Matrix creators themselves, the Wachowskis. All you have to do to win is be a subscriber to this channel, leave a like on this video, and leave a comment on who is your favorite Matrix character and why. The winner will be announced on August 29th, 2020. Thank you for the support, and enjoy today's video. The information we have regarding Neo's parents comes from Agent Smith. In the interrogation scene in The Matrix, Smith comes in with a large folder with multiple files about Mr. Anderson's life and Neo's criminal record, where he was born, where he went to school, his martial status, and more importantly, his parents. Thomas A. Anderson was born in Lower Downtown Capital City, USA on March 11, 1962. According to the document, Thomas's mother is Michelle McGahey, which is also the name of the art director of the first film, and his father is John Anderson. But what it doesn't say is that if they are alive or deceased, or if they maintain any contact with him. Neo's apartment lacks any photographs of family or friends, and he is single. It makes sense since he lives a criminal life as a hacker at night. He wishes to keep it a secret. Yet strangely enough, his office cubicle has no personal belongings or photographs. He's incompatible with reality. He doesn't socialize. He spends his free time connected to the computer, looking for the answer to the one question that estranged him from his family, if he has any. He's probably uncomfortable around people, which is why he is alone even when he's surrounded by people, like at the nightclub. But if Neo has any family to speak of, why didn't he save them from the Matrix? The reason lies in Neo's awakening. After he was disconnected from the Matrix, Morpheus reveals to him everything that happened in the real world visually through a virtual workspace known as the Construct. How humanity destroyed the sky, and humans are imprisoned in a simulation created by machines. The revelation was too much for Neo to handle. He suffers a panic attack.
I don't believe it. It's gonna pop.
Breathe.
And passes out. Morpheus then apologizes to Neo and explains to him that waking up an adult from the Matrix is dangerous. The Resistance has a strict rule not to free anyone from the simulation after they reached a certain age, because their minds wouldn't be able to handle the shock. Morpheus claims that he witnessed what happens to a person in that situation. But in the case of Neo, they had no other choice. They had to risk it. Neo's parents, if they were alive, were too old to risk their lives. To understand what risks I am referring to, let's take a look at the Matrix comic, Saviors, by Spencer Lamb. The story centers around a red pill named Hitch, who woke up his parents from the Matrix, but they didn't survive the shock. Hitch saw his parents die. The horrors of the machines and the shock of seeing the real world destroyed them. They went into shock. Their brains shut down, which caused their deaths. Hitch would later betray the Resistance, but that's for a future video. What is clear is that Hitch's parents were literally scared to death, and Morpheus feared that Neo would suffer the same fate. So if Neo were to try to save his parents, well, you know what would happen. The risk was too high. But what if on the rare chance that an adult does survive, is the risk of antagonizing them? The Resistance frees people from the Matrix. They save them from the machines. but they also need soldiers to fight. Morpheus is one who trains people to fight for the Resistance. Waking up Neo's parents would be condemning them to a life in Zion with limited resources and little contribution to the war efforts. Also, according to Morpheus, anyone who is not freed from the Matrix is a potential enemy. They can be corrupted or possessed by an agent, or go against the Resistance and defend the Matrix to hopefully go back into it, like Cypher tried to do. One last reason for Neo not wanting to awaken his parents is because he doesn't have any. Allow me to explain. Humans are not born, they are grown. Then they are inserted into the simulation. Neo's parents are his parents in the simulation, but not in the real world. This method works as follows. A woman becomes pregnant in the simulation. She will go through all the symptoms of pregnancy, and just before giving birth, the machines in the real world create a new human baby. The machines will connect the child to the simulation, then attach and transport its consciousness to the mother's womb. Thus, a new family is officially created in the Matrix. However, they are not related in the real world. The mother will believe that she had a baby. The baby will grow up loving its parents, never knowing that it was a virtual deposit by the machines. God didn't choose the baby's parents, the robots did. So, Neo doesn't have any parents. The concept of family only exists in the city of Zion, where real human babies are conceived and born naturally without mechanical parts in their bodies. When the architect meets Neo, he tells him that he has been watching him closely throughout his life. Neo's parents could have been programs created by the architect to condition him to make the decisions he made. However, there is no evidence of that. Who's to say we won't see Neo's parents in the new movie? Matrix 4 takes place 20 years after the original Matrix, so maybe the story could be that Neo went missing during those years he was the one, up until the events of Matrix 4. His parents could have put out a missing persons report, though we might see Neo in Matrix 4 just as he was in the first movie, alone and without a family, looking for the answer to the question that keeps him awake at night. What is the Matrix? But do you agree? Did Neo have a family? Did he choose not to save them because he didn't want to risk their lives? Will we meet Neo's parents in Matrix 4? For Matrix Explained, please leave a like and subscribe. And thank you for visiting the Desert of the Real.